there are 8 billion people on Earth, and it would be better if there were none.
That's dark.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
dark.
hey, buddy, you can start with yourself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no,
if you really want to, make a difference, how about, take your own advice here. But that's like a crazy viewpoint, That's like literally saying, let's genocide humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? How can you say that with a straight face? That's like total madness. But people, like I said, in the limit of environmentalism, it sort of becomes like an ingrown toenail. It's sort of like, yeah, toenail's fine, but not if it's like warped and ingrown. It's just gone too far. Humanity is not a blight on the face of the earth, and frankly, even with climate change, life on Earth will still continue. The calamities that Earth has suffered, where life continued afterwards, like gigantic meteorite impacts, super volcanoes, the continents drifting all over the place. There have been times in Earth's past where it's been like a total snowball, or it's been absolutely sweltering hot. And, life, we had many extinction events, but but life continued. We don't see the dinosaurs now, but they've had a good run for, 100 plus million years.
Mm-hmm.
So even if there's catastrophic climate change on Earth, life continues. It just may not be the life as we know it. It may not be humans. It'll be something else. So what we're talking about with climate change is not a threat to all life on Earth, but really maybe a threat to humans or a dislocation of humans if there's low-lying countries that, the water level rises and now they're underwater type of thing. So, I think one just needs to strike the right balance by saying, like, look, over time we need to move to a sustainable energy economy, and we can't just keep taking billions of tons of carbon from deep underground and putting it in the atmosphere and expect nothing will happen forever.
Yeah.
But we also don't need to be alarmist about it and super negative and massively disrupt people's lifestyles. I think people can continue to live a normal life.
Yes.
And they shouldn't be guilty about being human or sort of, frankly, having a steak. It's fine.
Yeah. It all, something that strikes me with that agenda as well, and people who push it, is it also seems like Western countries climbing the ladder and then pulling the ladder up after them, right? So when you have large developing nations, somewhere like India, lots of parts of Africa and so on, and it's like, okay, the Western nations have gone through this whole process to even get to a stage where you can afford to care about such things. You've got other nations that are developing and they're trying to get up to the level of prosperity that, say, the USA has right now. And you want them to care about the environment, but it's like people are still poor. People are not going to care about the environment until they've got their basic needs met. So there's a part of it where it's this, it's this sort of belief system that I think is very, what's the right term? It's almost like to use a Rob Henderson term, it's like a luxury belief, right? It's like, okay, it's all good for you to view things that way, but if you think about the average person in many parts of the developing world, they can't afford to be thinking this way. They still need to get up to at least the basic level that our countries are in.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what you just said, but I also think that the cost of sustainable energy has been dropping tremendously, and you're seeing a lot more wind and solar, and pair that with the battery, and you've got continuous power from wind and solar. That's actually very competitive, so cost competitive. Actually, one of the nice things about, say, solar batteries, you don't need to run high power lines all over the place. You can have some localized solar battery situation on your house or factory building, or you can kind of decentralize the power generation. And I think that's actually better for people to have decentralized power generation, and also decentralized communications. Like a lot of places, they skipped all the sort of phone landline stuff and went to cell phones.
Yes.
In fact, a lot of places in the world have way better cell connectivity than Silicon Valley, which is bizarre.
Yeah.